Hearing the high praises of Dak Prescott and his leadership role stands out tremendously. Knowing that Mike McCarthy really had some good quarterbacks that he coached, and he pretty much saying, I'm just paraphrasing, that Dak Prescott leadership skills very high up there. So when we look at everything, we can say to ourselves, yes, this quarterback here, something special. I know that there's a lot of people that got their reservations, but a healthy Dak Prescott, man, can take this team far. And looking at everything, Dak Prescott himself said, hey, he put everything behind him. He buried the ankle injury as well as the mental side of it. So I can't wait to see Dak Prescott out there getting that work in, and especially seeing who's going to be his backup quarterback. We see Gilbert there, and we know Gilbert been one of the guys that we've been saying for a couple of months now. Give him the chance, give him the opportunity. And hopefully that will happen and that will transpire. But thinking back, looking at Dak Prescott, it looks like he got everything in the right spots. And I can't wait to have this season to kick off and seeing Dak Prescott going through his progression, going through his reads. And hopefully, and I mean just that, we can see these type of things transpire. But with the help of Mike McCarthy, I believe that Mike McCarthy, man, second year with Dak Prescott. And of course, you can say, well, it wasn't a full year. Nevertheless, I think that this relationship will go far with this team. It will. Now, when we think about Ezekiel, the main man, Elliott, Elijah Elliott, by the way, it's one of those things whereas I love the slimmer Zeke, and he got something to prove. I think on one of the episodes they were talking about, where do you rank Ezekiel Elliott as it relates to the other running backs in the National Football League? You still got to put him on top of everybody's list, right? I want you guys to post me who you feel that's a better running back than Ezekiel Elliott. I know some people are going to say Tony Pollard and somebody else, but give Ezekiel Elliott time in this system and watch. He's going to shine, and he got something to prove. He looks slimmer. He looks good out there, and I can't wait to see Ezekiel Elliott feast this year. And he got his mind straight. Now, Schultz, when you think about Schultz, you think about a tight end that really stepped it up last season. I think he had north of 4 touchdowns last season, as well as north of 50 receptions with a little bit over 500 yards. I think that will improve this year, or he would keep that continuity going. And of course, CeeDee Lamb, special type of player, stronger, bigger, faster now. And I think that he is stepping right into the groove of things, of improving, high pointing the ball and all of those things. So this wide receiver situation is pretty good. Look how you just grab that ball out of the sky. This guy right here, Dan Quinn, when you think about it, Cowboy Nation, he is the mighty super glue that can hold all of this stuff together. He is working one-on-one and individually with these players, pouring out his philosophy, understanding that, hey, this right here, the individual quality time, Quinn being able to show these guys the ropes and giving them that small insight so that they can become better players will take this team a long, long way. It will. I don't think that the previous defensive coordinators worked individually with each and every position, as far as the D-line or the linebacking core, and as well as the DBs. I come here to tell you guys that his hands being on these players, they will have a better appreciation to that, and everything else will gel pretty well when you have a guy that's like this. And I know it's been many of years since we had a dominant team on both sides of the coin, and I'm talking about defense as well as the offense. But I believe that this year we're heading in that right direction. And shout out to Keanu O'Neal, who is the brain of operations from what I've heard on this defense, because he knows the system. And he's one of the guys that's really having a great offseason and he's picking up things real smoothly. And you would never thought that this guy was a safety, right? He kind of looks like he's been eating the weight, and he looked like a linebacker now, fit right on into the linebacker role. And I believe his influences and his leadership and his understanding of the game will help out the other guys like Parson and Jabril Cox and these other young guys. He can implement the system and philosophy. And Parson, he's one of those X factors because we know that he's not afraid of making mistakes. He's trying to become better and better in each and every aspect of the game. And on top of that, Cowboy Nation, he's competitive. He got that competition through his blood, and he don't care. He'll call out Amari Cooper and get smashed on a game of chess, or he'll call out anybody on his defense. But like he said, being the Mike linebacker is like being the quarterback of the defense. So he knows that there's a lot of stuff that he got to learn, but he's not afraid to reach out to those that can help him out, like Tank Law. He said, hey, he teaching him on how to pass rush, get down and dirty, and get to the quarterback. I love it. And we know the sky's the limit. Well, I'm sorry. We can't say the sky's the limit when there's footprints on the moon, right? So this team got a long way to go, but I believe that the continuity and rapport is there. Deshaun Wright, he's doing a pretty good job at camp. Although Deshaun Wright, Reggie Robinson, all of those boys are doing a great job in camp. They said that Brown, believe it or not, Anthony Get Down Brown, been something special in camp. And he had these injuries last season with his ribs. So now everything is good to go. And they said he's healthy, so he's making splash plays. He's jumping in front of routes. He's knocking the ball down. He's receptive to coaches. So this guy, Anthony Brown, and I know it's far-fetched to think that Anthony Brown is being a good cornerback, but look at him, knocking the ball out and these sorts of things, being greedy, not allowing the quarterback to make their throws because he's there. As you can see, Brown is everywhere. Brown on that one. And it's Noah Brown versus Anthony Brown. So we all know that the younger guys can feed off of that. And, of course, this team goes as far as Dak Prescott is. But when you look at everything and you see how Dan Quinn is implementing the system, I believe that this team will be better than what they were before. And I think that on most of it is due to the fact that continuity and rapport can take this team far, far, far. Post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below of everything, and we'll get right into it from there. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.
Yard line. 2nd and 1. 11-yard line. 11-yard line. 2nd and 1. 11-yard line.